The first rule of any technology used in a business is that automation applied to an efficient operation will magnify the efficiency. The second is that automation applied to an inefficient operation will magnify the inefficiency. Success is a lousy teacher. It seduces smart people into thinking they can't lose. It's fine to celebrate success, but it is more important to heed the lessons of failure. We all need people who will give us feedback. That's how we improve. If you can't make it good, at least make it look good. The internet is becoming the town square for the global village of tomorrow. Your most unhappy customers are your greatest source of learning. We always overestimate the change that will occur in the next 2 years and underestimate the change that will occur in the next 10. Don't let yourself be lulled into inaction. Technology is just a tool. In terms of getting the kids working together and motivating them, the teacher is the most important. As we look ahead into the next century, leaders will be those who empower others. I think it's fair to say that personal computers have become the most empowering tool we've ever created. They're tools of communication, they're tools of creativity, and they can be shaped by their user. Discrimination has a lot of layers that make it tough for minorities to get a leg up. Information technology and business are becoming inextricably interwoven. I don't think anybody can talk meaningfully about one without talking about the other. In the long run, your human capital is your main base of competition. Your leading indicator of where you're going to be 20 years from now is how well you're doing in your education system. Intellectual property has the shelf life of a banana. The advance of technology is based on making it fit in so that you don't really even notice it, so it's part of everyday life. Climate change is a terrible problem, and it absolutely needs to be solved. It deserves to be a huge priority. I never took a day off in my 20s. Not one. And I'm still fanatical, but now I'm a little less fanatical. Drones overall will be more impactful than I think people recognize, in positive ways to help society. Software is a great combination between artistry and engineering. If you go back to 1800, everybody was poor. I mean everybody. The Industrial Revolution kicked in, and a lot of countries benefited, but by no means everyone. I'm a great believer that any tool that enhances communication has profound effects in terms of how people can learn from each other, and how they can achieve the kind of freedoms that they're interested in. Everyone needs a coach. It doesn't matter whether you're a basketball player, a tennis player, a gymnast, or a bridge player. I believe that if you show people the problems and you show them the solutions, they will be moved to act. We make the future sustainable when we invest in the poor, not when we insist on their suffering. In business, the idea of measuring what you are doing, picking the measurements that count like customer satisfaction and performance. You thrive on that. Treatment without prevention is simply unsustainable. I really had a lot of dreams when I was a kid, and I think a great deal of that grew out of the fact that I had a chance to read a lot. Legacy is a stupid thing. I don't want a legacy. Microsoft is not about greed. It's about innovation and fairness. Bitcoin is mostly about anonymous transactions, and I don't think over time that's a good way to go. I'm a huge believer in digital currency. But doing it on an anonymous basis, I think that leads to some abuses, so I'm not involved in Bitcoin. Money has no utility to me beyond a certain point. Nuclear energy, in terms of an overall safety record, is better than other energy. I believe in innovation and that the way you get innovation is you fund research and you learn the basic facts. Just in terms of allocation of time resources, religion is not very efficient. There's a lot more I could be doing on a Sunday morning. When I was growing up, my parents were almost involved in various volunteer things. My dad was head of Planned Parenthood. And it was very controversial to be involved with that. Whether it's Google or Apple or free software, we've got some fantastic competitors and it keeps us on our toes. I think it makes sense to believe in God, but exactly what decision in your life you make differently because of it, I don't know. Globalization has made copper and other minerals more valuable, and Ghana and Kenya have recently discovered mineral resources. Headlines, in a way, are what mislead you because bad news is a headline, and gradual improvement is not. Capitalism has worked very well. Anyone who wants to move to North Korea is welcome. Exposure from a young age to the realities of the world is a super big thing.